Yeah, universities are complicated. I mean, right now, you sort of probably want to go to them because they're these very strong curators, and so they have a signal. They give you a badge that unfortunately is still very useful in large parts of society. But I joke that university degrees are the new taxi medallions in that they're artificially scarce and they're required for certain things, but they're going to be obsoleted relatively soon, or already are in many disciplines. So you can already see some substitutes emerging for the university degree. For example, if you start a company that VCs fund, or if you join Y Combinator, that can be a substitute for a university degree. If you win some incredible medal or award, or you launch a company or build a website or do something interesting when you're very young, that can be used as a credential, or you write some great book or what have you, that can be used as a substitute. But it's a rare person right now who can really skip the university. They would have to be very autodidactic, especially in the technical domains. So I don't think it's kind of doable for everyone. It is a unique small set, like the so-called Teal Fellows, for example, or people who are chosen for that, and there just can't be that many of them yet. That said, I think it'll get easier because the credentialing will become less important out of a university. The other thing is, I think there's a whole class of university degrees that are pretty worthless. If you're not getting a STEM degree or a degree that can help you build or fix things, then you don't need a degree for it. You can just read books on it. I mean, that's you can teach yourself. So really, the classical university degree where you're investing 4 years of your life, and boy, isn't it a coincidence? It takes 4 years to learn anything, regardless of whether it's English lit or physics. I would argue that if you can learn it on your own, then you don't need a university degree for it. To the extent you need it for signaling, there's a fun little hack, which is, at least in Silicon Valley, or the greater tech ecosystem, it's almost better to get accepted to Stanford and then drop out than to actually finish the degree. First, you're in a very illustrious cohort of people who then went on to be very successful, or at least that's the perception, which is good enough for signaling purposes. And secondly, you just save yourself a lot of time. You've shown you've passed the filter, but then you recover the next 3 years. Now, I think a lot of the Stanford students who are ambitious also get around this by starting companies while they're at Stanford. But they used something like Stanford, you could say, one third curation slash signaling, which is done the moment you get in, and then one third sort of alumni network and networking into with other smart people that you may want to start a company or do something with, and then maybe there's a third of it that's actually the education.